Let's see. All right, we're live. Hey, everybody. I'm Casie,
And I'm
and my
Amy.
partner, my partner in crime tonight. I was just sitting. Sorry, we're a few minutes late. I was sitting here bragging on all of Amy's hair. Amy, I feel like you need to put a fan on you and whip it around.
I know, right?
She always wears it up, and I had no idea it was that long. She says she tamed the mane today with her flat iron. So anyway, I was excited to see it. We are tickled pink, truly, to be here with y'all tonight. And we really want this to be fun, interactive. Have we done this before? Nope. But I think sometimes, like, have you ever listened to a pastor's message on Saturday night before he like gets it really ready for Sunday morning? I always like Saturday nights better because it's a little more raw and rough around the edges. And it just makes it more fun and lighthearted. So truly, absolutely no pressure at all from what we are going to share. I just thought it would be fun because she holds something in her hands that I don't have, that most of us don't have. And I wanted to talk a little bit about it. And like, what are the holdups right now? Why aren't people joining Mary Kay? I think you need to know the facts to be able to make an educated decision. But before we jump into all of that, I want to let her introduce herself and tell you a little bit about who she is, because you might have been added to this group or one of these groups to obviously earn free product, and it was a referral. So let Amy introduce herself before we really kick off.
Hey, everybody. I'm Amy Scarborough. I joined Mary Kay back in June, the middle of June. And I joined because I had gotten really sick and was off work. And I really wanted to feel like I was doing something that meant something and would help out my family as well. So my friend Christy Lee from Waycross, she sells Mary Kay, and she has always bragged about it and about the camaraderie of the women that she worked with. And I thought, this sounds like something I would really love. So I joined. I've had an amazing time getting to know all of my new friends, but not just that. I've really gotten to re-know my old friends, because I have been so caught up in the corporate part of my job that the only friends I really had a relationship with were the ones that I worked with. So it's been really nice. I mean, I think that's probably one of my favorite parts, is that I've really got to connect back with you guys. And just like, the flexibility of everything. And I mean, I had 2 parties while I was in the hospital. I mean, I just can't get over how wonderful and, like I said, flexible this company really is. And it does not add stress to my life either. So that has been my other real big push for Mary Kay. I don't do stress well. And so I absolutely love this company.
Oh, I'm so glad you shared that. I don't know how many of y'all realize that Amy was in the hospital 2 weeks ago. As they were doing some different procedures with her. And the week before, she had asked everybody for prayer in our group. And the week before, she's like, and I'll be doing 3 parties. And I'm like, okay, I've been doing this a long time, but that's the first. That is a first. So I love her energy. I love her positive attitude. If anybody through 2020s had things that they could complain about and bring their black cloud with them, it is Amy with her health. Y'all know if you have your health, I really feel like you have everything if you have your health. And she's such a bright light. So I'm excited to be able to meet all of you through her. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a Georgia girl by heart. I was born in Carrollton, Georgia. And let's see some fun facts about Casie. I'm a huge animal lover. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats, and my oldest son has tons of fish. Let's see. I moved to Charlotte 5 years ago, and prior to Mary Kay, I was a biochemist and was doing cancer research in downtown Atlanta. And when Mary Kay came into my life, I was broke. I don't know if y'all know what chemists make, but it is not enough. Not enough to make a living and live in Atlanta. Or busy. I was broke and busy because we had just got married and buying a house. And when I got pregnant with my first son, who just turned 14, I decided to stay at home with him because I was already making, get this, y'all, I was making more in Mary Kay at that point, working 5 hours a week than I was making working 40 hours as a biochemist in downtown Atlanta. So I put him in daycare my first 2 weeks back after my my short-term leave. And I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, I'm in the hole by paying for childcare so I can come work. But I was never that girl that wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. It wasn't a dream or a desire of mine. I love empowering other people. And I knew I had a calling. I just thought it was in petri dishes and working with a lab coat, but it's changed a little bit. So now, after being home with them, and at home with Anderson, I got pregnant again. The surprise of my life was I got pregnant with twins, and my twins will be 11 next month, boy-girl twins. And the first 2 years were a little rough, I think, for all parties involved, but we are having a blast now. So when we are sharing a few little things tonight, you always want to let us know you're here. We can't see you. Amy and I are actually using a different platform than Facebook, but it streams live into Facebook. So she and I can be side by side and not one little fit person and one big person. And we will go back and see your comments. So comment for entries. I really want this to be interactive. I've got giveaways. I don't know if y'all love free, but I've got giveaways. And let us know if you have any questions or hear something that empowers you. This helps not only with Amy's training. This is our first time doing this, but it also helps me as a mentor, a coach, whatever you want to call me, and to be able to see what you want to know, because obviously I'm not hanging out. Say the name of your town, Amy.
Hey, Hira.
Yeah, that does not sound like a Southern Georgia town. Now, like Waycross or Blackshear.
Okay, well, if you look at the spelling of Hey Hira and then you hear Hey Hira, because when the school calls me, they always say, like the automated, it says, "Hello, Amy Scarborough. We're calling from Hahara, Georgia."
Like they had a sneeze.
Yeah, exactly. But we actually live just right outside of Valdosta. So most of my friends that you're going to see, actually right now, we're seeing people all over the world, because thankfully I have had the, privilege to get to know so many people. And so, but the people who are local to me are probably more close to Valdosta than Little Hey Hira.
Well, I know where that is.
We're only like 4 miles the whole town.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well that helps me. Carrollton's a little bigger than, I'm sure, Hey Hira, but not as big as Valdosta. Okay, so those are some fun facts about me, and I'm going to start out by sharing a couple things about the company that I didn't know. First of all, I thought it was a pyramid. Did anybody else feel like these direct sell companies, multi-level marketing, were pyramids? And some are. Some are, and some no longer are around. And Mary Kay is called dual marketing. We are not part of multi-level marketing. I didn't know that. So dual marketing means our products can only exchange hands twice. So if Amy needs a product, legally she can't reach out to me, because then it would have been an additional person that the product has moved from. So that's the reason we are able to make the largest in commissions, y'all, globally, like 50% profit. Usually you start out with companies making between 15 and you can get up to 30, but day one, you make 50%. So I loved learning that little nugget. I think it's very unique about the philanthropy. And I was just talking to Amy about this earlier today, that every single sale, it doesn't matter if it's an eye makeup remover, a mascara, or foundation, the company gives back to two causes. One is domestic violence, and one is cancers that affect women. So get this, y'all, $70 million have been given back to those two causes. And we were also the first company to not test on animals in the beauty industry. Mary Kay Ash was a huge animal lover, and she was a real person. And it was amazing to be able to not only not support animal testing, but to be able to educate and pour money into those areas to find alternative ways. So now who gets to test products? It's your sales force. We test products, but we are always cutting edge. And I always say, if you are curious about the origin of the products or how natural it is, y'all, our products are, I didn't know what half this stuff meant, but like SLS free and no philanthropy and all these crazy things. Even as a scientist, I'm like, what is all this stuff? But the one thing that I did know and I understood was, in the US, if you're FDA approved as a beauty brand, there are about 15 to 18 ingredients. It kind of goes back and forth from year to year that you can't use. That's it. So if Amy decided she wanted to make her own skincare line and make it from her bathroom and get FDA approved, as long as she didn't have one of those 15 items, they would say, you know what? You're approved and it could be considered natural because you added some honey to it or whatever. Well, Mary Kay wanted to take it a step further and get European approved. And that means we can't have 1,800 ingredients for it to be safe and effective. And that's the reason we went and had the European Union certification, as well as the good housekeeping. So I always say you're getting very safe product and you're supporting the U.S. economy because everything's made here in Dallas, Texas. So
Did
what
you
I
say
wanted
1,800 once we got European approved?
18,000 ingredients.
18,000.
It
And
is
how many for the
hard.
U.S.?
So you can choose if you want FDA and EU approved or if you want just FDA. So our products sometimes take longer to launch. Like let's say there's a new mascara they wanted to put on the market that everybody else was doing. Because we're European approved, it takes us a few months longer than everybody else because it has to go through so much just strenuous testing to be able to get that certification.
So worth it.
It is. Because the thing is if it launches, if Mary Kay launches, then that means Amy and I both have it, right? And Mary Kay's never had a recall. We have never had a recall because once it's out there, they've gone through the ringer that it works and it does what it says it does. So I like that. So another cool fun fact is the cars are real. The cars are very real. I did not sign up to get a car. Like I was raised in a home where we always had a car payment. We always had insurance and tax tagging on your birthday. In Georgia, you got to pay that beautiful thing called ad valorem. So in North Carolina, we don't have that. We have property tax, which is just as bad. They get you one way or the other, so you can't run from it. But I love that in Mary Kay, for the last 15 years, I have not had a car payment. I haven't had to pay any of my tax. And y'all, 85% of my car insurance is paid for. So, and I earned my first car 4 months after I started my business and was working about 10 hours a week. So it really paid off because I'm like, oh my gosh, what would I do with all that extra money? Because can you imagine not having a car payment or not paying your insurance because Mary Kay pays it? So it really was a financial blessing. And we picked up our 9th free. There's a lot more than pink Cadillac. I think there's 6 cars now. I don't know. Amy, which one's your favorite? We have the Malibu, the Camara's brand new.
Amy's loving that black Escalade.
Oh yes, I know. The Escalade is so pretty. It's like a floating cloud. Is what it is.
It's really awesome. I've already got it. I've already eyeballed it and everything. I've got it on my home screen on my phone.
Well, I'm glad your eyes are on it because I never thought I would be the girl as a biochemist, low self-esteem, total introvert. Honestly, I'm still an introvert today that would want to do this business and much less be successful. I started it really to prove to my husband that I couldn't do it, that my skin was too flawed and people would never buy products from me. And then lo and behold, 4 months later, there's a free car in my driveway. Another thing
I was so nervous because I never wore makeup. I mean, like, not that I've never worn makeup, but
yeah.
I always thought of Mary Kay like, it's the makeup people. So I didn't even know that they had like skincare and stuff, nor did I really care because I didn't even have a skincare routine, So I thought, I'm not putting on makeup every day.
Well, you're home. Yeah, you're home.
Exactly. I'm like, I don't even know how to do makeup. And then but that is one thing that I do love, and I may be skipping ahead here, but that is one thing I absolutely love about the products with Mary Kay is they come with instructions and great instructions. For a girl that couldn't even put on eyeshadow like 4 months ago, I have on 3 that blend. And they're not even like rainbow colored.
I know you don't look like Mimi on the Drew Carey show. Our audience might be too young to know who Mimi is, but I'm not. And it is. It's like, I say if you get past kindergarten, and it's truly like a paint by number system. And one thing that I admired about Amy is she was very teachable and very coachable because neither one of us knew what we were doing when we started. But I'm like, it can't be that hard. Like eyeshadow goes on your eyes, lipstick goes on your lips. I just got to figure out the colors and the order, but I was excited to learn. My mom didn't know, my grandmother didn't know. So I came from generations that just weren't into that kind of thing. I don't know about you, Amy, but like that just wasn't our thing. I was a country girl.
Oh yeah, my mom. Yeah. I mean, my mom is a mascara and go. Like she has to have her mascara, but other than that, I've never really seen her wear too much.
Yeah,
ever. And I mean, like even dress up occasions, that means add lipstick.
Yeah. Well, and I think if you're like, we were curious about how it worked, the makeup and the skincare piece. We just didn't really know who to ask. And obviously with COVID, nobody's going to get foundation matched at the mall or have someone do your makeup because of social distancing. So it really was perfect timing for her. Another thing that I loved, and she kind of already hit on this, is the lifestyle, like being around women that are positive and encouraging and others focused, because here's the difference. In Mary Kay, you can only be successful and get the large paychecks. My national, the first time I met her, she said, we were building a relationship, and she says, I just want you to open up the Applause magazine, because I was the skeptic girl. Like, I'm like, this does not work. You can tell me all day long, it's not going to work. She says, open up the magazine, and we get a magazine every month that shows income. And y'all, $83,000 for the month of October for that 1 month. 83,000. This was month after month after month. So I thought to myself, okay, like she's helping me, which helps her, obviously. But when I achieve, she achieves. And so it is others focused. You can't just get in this business and do it all for yourself. You can, but you're not going to go very far. But when you focus on other people's dreams, and I always say Mary Kay is not going to fulfill your dreams, but it will be a vehicle to get you to those dreams, if that makes sense. Like if you want to have a vacation home, if you want to be debt free, all of that is possible. My husband was a builder, and we hit the recession in 2007, and y'all, we had $10 million in loans. And I am standing here, thanks be to God, completely debt free because of this business. So, and I've been feeling like, I don't know if y'all have ever struggled financially, but like felt like chains were on me so heavy with financial burdens. So it's a horrible way to live. I've lived that life, and I always want to pass it on to other people. And the other thing that I feel like we can't do it right now, but we all love it, is to travel. And y'all, you do not have to be at the tip top to travel. Every consultant that worked their business part-time 2 years ago got a travel voucher. I took my family to Puerto Rico for the first time for 8 days. Mary Kay paid for it. It was as a star consultant, Amy. We need to get them to bring that back.
I know, right?
Amy was a star last quarter. So I love the travel. I love being able to have experiences versus just collecting things. So if you're a travel girl, tell me your favorite place that you've ever been, or your place that you want to go. I would love to know what's on your heart with traveling. We'll come back and look. All right. So we're going to wrap this up with the 3 things, the 3 reasons why people don't join Mary Kay. Okay. The first one is time. Anybody feel like 2020 has you living in Groundhog's Day? Like you just keep redoing it?
Over.
I sometimes feel like I have whiplash, like, oh my God, are we doing this again? I'm homeschooling, not by choice, but because of North Carolina, 3 middle schoolers. It's a lot. We had 8 Zooms today. So I will tell you, being able to have something for yourself that gives you joy. Like I was so excited Amy invited me to be a part of this, because this was my highlight today, was to hang out with her, share with you, give free stuff away. Yes, I've been a mom all day. Yes, I have run my home. I just did dinner, like all of those things, but like I can do this for 15, 20 minutes and get so much out of it. So even if you're not in need of money or need in skincare, I feel like all of us in 2020 could stand a little more happiness and joy in our life. And that's what it was. And like I said, I started out doing two hours a week. And then when I heard about the car, I was like, oh, I can do 5 to 10 and earn a free car. The second one is money. Like people don't join because they don't have the money. Well, Mary Kay heard us loud and clear. And in this COVID season, this pandemic, they are offering a $30 sign-on. Okay, a $30 sign-on. I'm going to see if I can share this screen with you just so you can see it. And I can post it. Well, where'd it go? I can post it with, I don't see it on here anymore. Oh, you know what? I might already have it pulled up. Let's see. Share screen. No. Okay. Just kidding. I'll post it. I don't know where it went. It was on earlier, and then I've obviously deleted it. But you have 3 options now. One's $30, and I think you could probably find 3 people to give you a $10 bill because you could literally make the money back tonight if you wanted to. And that gets you set up virtually because you can work this business now 100% virtually. The other one is a $100 starter kit, which is if you want to be able to use the products yourself, if you want to be able to offer personal experiences or send out samples, that would be the $100 starter kit. And that's the one that I did because I had no Mary Kay. I had never even tried it before. And then there's also 130, which gives you both best of both worlds. So it's the virtual side as well as the full size products, over $500 in full size products. But here's the kicker. Amy has a coupon that she can share. It's $30 off. So let's say you want the $100 kit. You could get $500 worth of product. You offer $75. Amy and I cannot even get that amount of product for that price.
Nope.
So, and let's say you're like, I don't even know if I want to do Mary Kay, but I like saving money. How many of you shop the Amazon Prime days? I love saving money. But the thing is there's no obligation. There's no territories. There's no quotas. You could get the product, start using it. If you want to make some holiday cash, let me know. I have a no-fail formula to be able to add $1,000 cash to your pocket the first 30 days if you're willing to work with me. So I always say, don't let fear hold you back. And then the third reason people don't join, which I think was my biggest, I don't know, those all of them were mine, was customers. Like I didn't know the people. I had no idea who I was going to ask. I didn't live in a town. I lived in Atlanta. I didn't live by my family. And so the thing about Mary Kay is we teach you how to build a clientele, and you are not going to be that harassing girl on Facebook. It's like, buy for me today, buy for me today. Like that's not how we teach you. You want it to be authentic, so they want to keep coming back. So I would love to ask you, if you would, I'm going to share a little Google form with you as soon as we finish on this, but I want you to put an A, B, or C. And that's just going to let Amy know if you want more information. So a C is like, you know what? I love supporting Amy. I want to remain a customer, and talk to her right here, right now about being a hostess, because you can get entered for there's 500 designer purses given away, and then 200 giveaways every single week in addition to that. And we've had 4 winners so far. So it's real. It's really happening. The other thing is a B. So B is, you know what? You've intrigued me. I have some questions, but I'm not really sure what they are. I promise you we're not Scary Kay. So Amy will be open-ended and let you ask any questions that you might have. And A is like, okay, this is a no-brainer. I can get started for $30, which it costs my family more than that to eat at Chick-fil-A. And I would love just to be able to have some joy and happiness and positive girlfriends, because you are like the 5 people you hang around. You are like the 5 people you hang around. So if you feel like after going through this pandemic, we need to have a little more joy, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So A, B, or C, I'm going to share the link with you. And then I think, I wanted to give you a password if you watched. Okay. Amy, you give them a password. What is something that I was going to say, my first car, it was not reliable at all. It was a Toyota Celica. Do you remember a Toyota Celica?
I remember them. I had a Mazda 323 hatchback.
Oh, that's hatchback. Okay, she's going from a hatchback to an Escalade. Okay, so that's our password is hatchback.
Exactly.
Okay? So text her so we can enter you into our giveaways, because there will be a giveaway for the live event. And there is a sign-on bonus. Not only can you get the $30 from Amy if you choose to do it. I'm going to throw in the #1 product, like spa supplement, is our charcoal mask. I'm going to throw that in for free, because with our mask knee right now is a real issue. So it'll clean it up. I'm about to go do it tonight. And anyway, I would love to gift you that. It's a $24 gift that I'll ship to you for free. So let us know if you have any questions. Thank you for being on. Thank you, Amy, for inviting me to participate. And y'all let us know if you have any questions. We're excited to hear from you.
And I'm excited for you to join my team.
Yay! We'd love to have you. All right, Amy, you stay right there and I will end the broadcast so we can see it, okay? Bye, y'all.